Well, the Kenya Port Authority has suspended the direct loading of empty cargo containers onto ships at Mombasa Port as part of desperate measures to help deal with rising congestion as the key gateway. The port managers say that all empty containers will be held in intermediate storage depots for a mandatory 72 hours before being allowed into the port for loading onto ships to help deal with the worsening congestion at the Mombasa Port. Brian George has that story.
Traditionally, logistics teams are allowed to directly load empty cargo containers onto ships from storage depots to the terminal crane area for immediate loading, sidestepping the lengthy process of intermediate storage. However, after several engagements with key stakeholders, including the Kenya Ships Agent Association KSAA and its members, the KPA has issued measures with effect from 26 January 2026. Where all shipping lines representatives and their appointed agents are expected to strictly comply to reduce current congestion. KPA Managing Director Captain William Ruto said among the measures include suspension of handling of any empty container without advance clearance and submission at least 7 days prior to the arrival of the vessel. Empty containers will not be allowed into the port 24 hours before vessels berthed for collection. For exporters, the agents have been ordered to ferry the consignment into the port 36 hours before berthing of the carrier vessel, and no vessel shall be planned for berthing unless the discharge list, export full loading list, and empty container loading list have been submitted and approved. The management and allocation of empty container space shall exclusively be left to the respective shipping lines, and the lead agent shall assume full responsibility for planning, allocation, and coordination of empty container slots among consortium partners. KPA has also allowed empty containers delivered ex-inland container depot for loading to stay up to a maximum dwell time of 24 hours at the port reeds offloading zone, and those exceeding the allocated dwell time shall be relocated at the full cost of the respective shipping line. Brian George, Otieno, NTV.